Welcome back to our channel. In the previous video, we have discussed about capital structure theories, net income approach. Now, in this video, I am going to explain about net operating income approach, that is NOI approach. See, this theory has suggested by Duron David. According to this approach, change in the capital structure of a company does not affect the market value of the firm, and the overall cost of capital remains constant irrespective of the method of financing. See here, according to this net operating income approach, here the capital structure of a company does not affect the market value of the firm and the overall cost of capital. That means here there is no, irrespective of capital structure, here the overall cost of capital and market value of the firm remains constant. So here whatever it may be the capital structure proportion or capital structure mix, here there is no change in value of the firm and overall cost of capital. So it implies that the overall cost of capital remains the same whether debt equity mix is 50 is 50 or 20 is 80 or 10, 0 is 100. Thus, there is nothing an optimum capital structure, and every capital structure is the optimal capital structure. See here, according to this theory, here irrespective of debt equity mix, whether the debt equity mix 50-50 or it may be 20-80 or it may be 0 is to 100. So whatever it may be the debt equity mix, here there is no change in overall cost of capital as well as here market value of the firm. So that is the reason here there is no optimum capital structure in this theory. So every capital structure will be a optimum capital structure. Okay, every capital structure will be a optimum capital structure. See here the concept is very simple. Here the firm's capital structure decision will not affect value of the firm as well as we can say that overall cost of capital. Okay, firm capital structure decision will not affect overall cost of capital and value of the firm. There is a point. Now look at the assumptions. See here, the first assumption is the market capitalizes the value of the firm as a whole. The market capitalizes the value of the firm as a whole. So here it calculates or the market calculates the value of the firm as a whole. And the second one, the business risk remaining constant at every level of debt equity mix. So here the business risk, so here whatever it may be the business risk, it remains constant, so irrespective of debt equity mix. So at every debt equity mix the business risk is assumed as constant. And the third one, that is there are no corporate taxes. So here there are no corporate taxes imposed according to this theory. So these are the three important assumptions for the net operating income approach. Now, according to the net operating income approach, the financing mix is irrelevant and it does not affect the value of the firm. So already we discussed till now. Na? So here the financing mix is irrelevant, not at all related, and it does not affect the value of the firm. So how to calculate the value of the firm according to the NOI approach? So here this is a formula for the calculation of market value of the firm or value of the firm. See here, the value of a firm on the basis of net operating income approach can be determined as below. V is equals to EBIT divided by K naught, that is overall cost of capital. See, where V is equals to value of the firm, EBIT is equals to net operating income or net operating income, and K naught is equals to overall cost of capital. Now, this is the formula for the calculation of V, that is value of the firm. Let us discuss what is the formula for the calculation of equity values or market value of equity. Now, see, the market value of equity according to this approach is the residual value which is determined by deducting the market value of debentures from the total market value of the firm. See here, it is nothing but it is the residual value market value of equity shares is the value of residual value which is determined by deducting market value of debentures from the total market value of firm. So here the formula is S is equals to V minus D, whereas S is equals to market value of equity share, V is equals to market value of the firm, and D is equals to value of the debentures or debt. Now, we have seen how to calculate value of the firm and how to calculate S, that is market value of equity. Next, see here, cost of equity or equity capitalization rate can be calculated as below. So here KE or cost of equity can be calculated as below. See, earnings after interest and before tax. Earnings after interest and before tax. That means, see here, EBIT minus interest. EBIT minus interest means that is EBT. That is EBT. It is nothing but EBT. Simply we can call it as EBT because earnings after interest and before tax. That means EBIT minus interest divided by market value of firm, that is V, minus market value of debt, that is D. So V minus D is equals to, that is nothing but S. V minus D is equals to S. It is simply we can say that EBIT minus interest divided by S, or EBIT minus I divided by V minus D. So these are the three calculation parts we are going to do according to the net operating income approach, that is value of the firm, value of equity shares, and cost of equity. Now let us discuss one problem. See here, net operating income approach, NOI approach, problem number 1. A company expects an annual net operating income of rupees 2 lakhs. It has rupees 5 lakhs outstanding debt, comma, cost of debt is 10%. If the overall cost of capital is 12.5%, what would be the total value of the firm and equity capitalization rate according to the NOI approach? So here a firm expects an annual net operating income. So what is net operating income? So net operating income is nothing but EBIT. Net operating income is nothing but EBIT. So here the firm expectation of EBIT is rupees 2 lakhs. Okay, it has 5 lakhs outstanding debt. So already firm దగ్గర outstanding debenture ఉన్నాయి. ఎంత అంటే here the value of debentures rupees 5 lakhs and the cost of debt 10%, that is the rate of interest 10%. If the overall cost of capital is 12.5%, if the overall cost of capital K naught is 12.5%, what would be the total value of the firm and equity capitalization rate according to the net operating income approach? Okay, and what will be the effect of the following on the value of the firm and capitalization rates? What will be the effect of the following on the value of the firm and capitalization rate if the firm increases the amount of debt from rupees 5 lakhs to 7 lakhs 50,000? Second point, the firm redeems the debt of rupees 2 lakhs 50,000 by issuing fresh equity shares of the same amount. See here, there are three situations are there when debentures are 5 lakhs. Situation 1. Next, see here different points is given when debentures are increased from 5 lakhs to 7 lakh 50,000. Next, debentures are redeemed to 2 lakh 50,000. That means from 5 lakhs to it is reduced by 2 lakh 50,000. So from 5 lakhs, if you reduce 2 lakh 50,000, the remaining amount will be 2 lakh 50,000. So here under three cases we have to see what is the value of the firm as well as equity capitalization rate according to the NOI approach. Okay, are you clear? So here coming to the solution, operating income given 2 lakhs, EBIT is given 2 lakhs. Now 10% debentures, here the value of debentures 5 lakhs. Okay, overall capitalization rate 12.5, that is equals to 0.125. Okay, so this is the information given in the problem, right? Now let us see value of the firm. So what is the formula for the valuation of the firm? Here value of the firm can be calculated by V is equals to EBIT by K naught. Okay, so here V is equals to EBIT. So what is EBIT here? Here EBIT 2 lakhs. 2 lakhs divided by K naught, that is equals to 0.125. So here the value of V, value of the firm is 16 lakhs. Value of the firm is 16 lakhs. Now market value of equity shares S is equals to, market value of equity shares S is equals to V minus D. Okay, so here V already 16 lakhs we calculated in the previous step, minus here what are the debentures in this problem? So here debentures are 5 lakhs. So here first situation debentures are rupees 5 lakhs. Okay, now here 16 lakhs minus 5 lakhs, that is equals to 11 lakhs. That is market value of equity shares S is equals to rupees 11 lakhs. And next, cost of equity or equity capitalization rates. So equity capitalization rate is equals to EBIT minus interest divided by V minus D. Okay, so what is EBIT in the given problem? So in the given problem, the EBIT is 2 lakhs. So here EBIT rupees 2 lakhs minus interest. So interest should be calculated on debentures. So here the rate of interest is given as 10%. So here debentures 5 lakhs, 10% interest we are calculating. So 5 lakhs into 10 by 100 means 50,000. So 2 lakhs minus 50,000 divided by, see here value of the firm is 16 lakhs minus debentures how much? 5 lakhs. Now here 11 lakhs. So 2 lakhs minus 50,000, 1 lakh 50,000. So 1 lakh 50,000 minus 11 lakhs, that is equals to 0.136, that is equals to 13.6. So 0.136 multiplied by 100, then it will be converted into percentage, that is 13.6%. So this is cost of equity. See here, when debentures are 5 lakhs, when debentures are 5 lakhs, here what is the value of the firm? Here the value of the firm is 16 lakhs. Here value of equity shares 11 lakhs, and here value of, cost of equity is equals to 13 point, cost of equity is equals to 13.6%. So these are the three calculation when debentures are rupees 5 lakhs. Let us come to the next point. Here when debentures are, when debentures increase from 5 lakhs to 7 lakh 50,000. So in the earlier case debentures were rupees 5 lakhs. Now in this situation when debentures increases from 5 lakhs to 7 lakhs 50,000, now the value of debenture is 7 lakh 50,000. So here when it is 7 lakh 50,000, see same procedure, operating income 2 lakhs, 10% debentures. Now 7,50,000. Overall cost of capital same, that is 12.5%, that is equals to 0.125. Now let us calculate what is the value of the firm. So here value of the firm V is equals to EBIT divided by overall cost of capital, that is K naught. So here EBIT 2 lakhs divided by K naught 0.125, that is equals to 16 lakhs. See, there is no change in value of the firm. Earlier also it was 16 lakhs. Now next we'll calculate market value of equity shares. Now see here value of firm came 16 lakhs. Here value of the firm is 16 lakhs. Now market value of equity shares is equals to S minus VD. S is equals to V minus D. So here S is equals to what is the value of the firm? 16 lakhs minus what are the debentures in this situation? Debentures are 7,50,000. That is equals to 8,50,000. S is equals to 8,50,000. That is value of equity shares is equals to 8,50,000. Okay. Next. Now we'll calculate what is cost of equity or equity capitalization rate. Okay. So EBIT minus I divided by V minus D. So EBIT 2 lakhs. So in this situation, the debentures are 7,50,000. Calculate 10% interest, that is 75,000. 7,50,000 into 10 by 100, that is 75,000. So 2 lakhs minus 75,000. Next, V value of the firm is 16 lakhs, and here debentures are 7,50,000. Now here 2 lakhs minus 75,000, that is equals to 1,25,000. So here 16 lakhs minus 7,50,000, that is equals to 8,50,000. Now 1,25,000 divided by 8,50,000 is equals to 0.147, that is equals to 14.7. So 0.147 multiplied by 100, that equal to 14.7 percentage. Now the cost of equity is equals to 14.7. And next, the last situation where debentures redeems from 5 lakhs to 2,50,000. So in the first case the debentures are 5 lakhs. Now in the second case debentures are increased from 5 lakhs to 7,50,000, and there is an increase of 2,50,000. In the third case, here where debentures are redeems from 5 lakhs to 2,50,000, that means debentures are decreased by 2,50,000 and the amount of debentures is to be assumed as 2,50,000. Same operating income EBIT will be same, 10% debentures here 2,50,000. Overall cost of capital same 12.5%, that is equals to 0.125. And here now we are going to calculate what is the value of the firm. See here EBIT by K naught. So EBIT 2 lakhs divided by K naught 0.125, 0.125, that is equals to 16 lakhs. See, if you observe the value of the firm in case 1, value of the firm in case 2, and the value of the firm in case 3 is same, that is 16 lakhs. Now coming to market value of equity shares, S is equals to V minus D. So here what is the value of V? 16 lakhs minus D. In this situation debentures are 2,50,000. So that is equals to S value will be 13,50,000. Now calculation of cost of equity or equity capitalization rate. See, cost of equity KE is equals to EBIT minus I divided by V minus D. So here in this given problem EBIT 2 lakhs minus, see here interest should be calculated on debentures. So in the situation 3 the debentures are rupees 2,50,000. So calculate 2,50,000 10% to 10% on 2,50,000, then it will come 25,000. So 2 lakhs minus 25,000, that is equals to 1,75,000. Now see V minus D divided by V minus D. So V is equals to value of the firm 16 lakhs minus what are the debentures in this situation 2,50,000. So 16 lakhs minus 2,50,000, that is 13,50,000. Okay, now 2 lakhs minus 25,000, that is equals to 1,75,000 divided by 13,50,000 divided by 13,50,000. Now here 1,75,000 divided by 13,50,000, that is equals to 0.129. 0.129, that is equals to 12.9. That means multiplied by 0.129 multiplied by 100, that is equals to 12.9. That is cost of equity. Cost of equity is equals to 12.9%. Now if you observe, if you observe the situation 1, 2 and 3, we can easily analyze what is the conclusion. See here, the conclusion here from the above analysis, it is clear that according to NOI approach, the increase or decrease in the amount of debt in the capital structure of a firm has no effect on the total market value of the firm, that is V value. There is no change in V value, and it remains of rupees 16 lakhs only. So it remains of rupees 16 lakhs only. However, the equity capitalization rates increase with increase of debt to rupees 14.7% from 13.16%, and it decreases with the decrease of debt to 12.9% from 13.6%. So that means, see here, under the three situations, if you see situation 1, what is the value of the firm, that is 16 lakhs. Value of the firm, that is 16 lakhs. And next in situation 2, here what is the value of the firm, that is 16 lakhs. And in situation 3, here what is the value of the firm, that is 16 lakhs. That means irrespective of debt equity mix, the value of the firm remains same, that is 16 lakhs. But when debentures increases, look at the second situation, debentures increases from 5 lakhs to 7,50,000. Here the cost of equity also increases from 13.6% to 14.7%. So in the earlier, when debentures are 5 lakhs, the cost of equity is 13.6%. Now the debentures are 7,50,000, the cost of equity is 14.7%. That means when debentures increases, cost of equity also increases. Now in the situation 3, debentures decreased to 2,50,000. Now what is the cost of equity? Cost of equity also decreased to 12.9% from 13.6%. So this is what about the conclusion. So once again, I am reading the conclusion. Please try to understand clearly. From the above analysis, it is clear that according to NOI approach, the increase or decrease in the amount of debt in the capital structure of a firm has no effect on the total market value of the firm, and it remains of rupees 16 lakhs. That is, V value is 16 lakhs, there is no change. However, the equity capitalization rate increases with increase of debt to 14.7 from 13.6%, and it decreases with the decrease of debt to 12.9% from 13.6%. So this is all about the explanation related to net operating income approach. So I think all of you understood. In the next video, we will discuss about another topic, that is, related topic, that is traditional approach. Until then, bye bye. Thank you.